we're going to be chatting about container security, 5 risks and how to address them. Containers being a very exciting technology, very, very cloud native way of deploying systems, deploying applications. They're quite profound. Adoption had slowly picked up over the years, but we're definitely moving into a container-centric world. Definitely very useful for us, but they come with big security concerns. So thank you very much for joining us today.
I think it all starts with organizational culture, right? Because typically what we see is organizations have different tool sets for their security environment and the running environment that they have for the dev environment. So when there's a problem from a security standpoint, security teams only realize this in production environments. They then go back to the development teams, and then the development teams out of cycle have to now revisit something that's not top of mind for them. And because the telemetry of the tools are different, they don't speak the same lingo. Developers aren't necessarily security savvy. Security individuals aren't necessarily development savvy. So there's a couple of ways we can facilitate that, right? One is through the use of a platform, and that way the telemetry is consistent throughout the entire process, which means the conversation can be more fluid. But by implementing these guardrails in a shift left fashion or, closer to the developer and providing that insight in their own tools, they can do the rectification then, which from their point, they don't even have to interact with security. They don't have to learn a new tool. And then from a security perspective, because these checks are being done early in the cycle, it reduces the cost of fixing repairs in production and drastically reduces the overhead on your security operations staff. So in a nutshell, focus on a platform-based approach, focus on breaking down the silos to collaborate between DevOps and security. And this can be achieved in multiple ways, like for instance, having a security champion within the development teams or having a security liaison aspect that engages with the development teams, but platform is definitely top of mind on that one.
So when we consider build time environments, we're really talking about the developer, and the developer is typically going to be starting off coding in some sort of an IDE, something like IntelliJ or Visual Studio Code, which is exactly what you see here. So when we're building containerized applications, we tend to start off with a base image. Now, another very interesting thing that we do is as soon as a container actually starts up in your environment, we go into a container modeling process. And Frans was speaking about how we need to detect and we need to actually see what the typical behavior is of a particular container image. So here is an example of a container that has been spun up, and Prisma Cloud has automatically, without you doing anything, created the baseline behavior of this container. So it's detecting all of the different processes that are running and it's hashing it. It's detecting all of the different network calls. So for example, what processes are running on what ports? Have we seen any outbound DNS calls that this particular container has done?
Great, thank you for that. We'll conclude this. This has been a ITWeb webinar co-sponsored by Palo Alto. Container security, 5 risks and how to address them. I hope you found value out of this. We will see you at the next one. Stay safe out there and we'll chat to you soon. For that, thank you and goodbye.